Again, my name is Judy Miller and I want to welcome you to the webinar. Make sure my screen's going to move. Hopefully you can see my screen. And today we're going to be learning about the Campaign Builder. We're just going to talk about Campaign Builder basics. So if you've been using Infusion Soft for a really long time, this may be just a little bit too basic for you. There are places in our Help Center that you can go watch under the webinar tab under Masterminds that have other videos that are a little bit more high level. Today we're going to be talking about basic campaign building. We're going to build out a simple campaign and I will take questions at the end. So let's get started because I have so much to go over. If you do have any questions during the webinar, you can write them in the little question box, and I will try to peruse over there and look over there while I'm on target to get everything done that I want to get done with you. I'm not ignoring you if I don't answer your question. That just means that I'm coming up to it. So let's begin. By the end of this webinar, you will be able to create a simple campaign and find out where to go to get free campaigns. And I love the word free, and I love giving out things for free, so I will always try to give you guys extra value of things that I find for free that will help you along your Infusionsoft journey. You also have access to our Help Center. If you go to help.infusionsoft.com, you have access to our user guide, access to our support numbers, and then there is more self-help learning there. So if you say, how do I create a landing page? Because we don't go over that in this webinar, you'll find all the articles, there'll be videos, there'll be different resources there for you to click on to help you build out that landing page. So I also like to give out something free with my recording that I'm going to be sending out probably around lunchtime. And one of our consultants that became a partner consultant, so she's not working on the customer success floor anymore, built out this campaign builder overview. It's a 5-page PDF and it has every single thing you can ever wonder about the campaign builder with squares and arrows and little technical writing articles underneath. And I'm going to be sending you this. It's amazing. You'll probably be using this way, way, way more than you'll be listening to the webinar. So it's really valuable, and I'll be sending that to you with the recording. And I already have your email addresses because I can go get them from GoToWebinar, and then I'll be sending you the recording and this awesome document. So every campaign inside of Infusionsoft begins with a goal. And a goal is represented by a circle with that little cup in front of it. And a goal is what you want the contact to do. It's what you want the contact to achieve. So a campaign begins with a goal. We have different contacts. It may be when a contact fills out a form, when a contact fills out a landing page or a registration form, when a contact gets a tag applied to their contact record, when a contact clicks on an email link. So the only one that you can't start a campaign with is the one email link clicked. And that's something that we won't talk about, but if you have any questions about it, you can email me. So we do have lots of different goals. Today we're going to focus on the one that says web form submitted. You may know it as a contact us form or a registration form or a sign up for a free white paper. That we call it a web form. You may call it a contact us or an opt-in form. We're going to focus on that and create one of those today. When a goal is achieved, it will automatically push the contact into a sequence. So if someone fills out a form or someone fills out a landing page, it's going to push them into a sequence. And the sequence is where the Infusionsoft magic happens. Here is where all the automation happens. So you can see that there's lots of stuff you can add to that sequence. An email, a voice message, a fax. Oh my goodness, what are they? You can apply a tag. You can apply a note. You can create a task. Let me give you an example. You can send an email when somebody fills out that form. A couple days later, send out another email. A couple days later, maybe create a task for you to send them something or to give them a call. So there's lots of magic that can happen in that sequence. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing rectangle right there. So if you can remember those two things, I usually call them ingredients, a goal and a sequence, you can build a campaign. All a campaign is a goal that pushes to a sequence, that pushes people to another goal, that will push them to another sequence. And then you get into more complex campaigns by using more goals and sequences. But if you can remember these two things, you can build out the easiest, simplest campaign and start getting a return on your investment. So let's get into Infusionsoft and I will show you how to build out a campaign. I'm going to open up my Infusionsoft application here. And if I'm going too fast, let me know because I get really excited. Let me try to log in here again. There we go. When you log into Infusionsoft, you'll land on your dashboard. We're going to go into the campaign builder, so I'm going to hover over the Infusionsoft logo, come to marketing, down to campaign builder, and click it one time. Now you may have nothing in here, nothing inside your campaign builder, or you may have some campaigns that you got when you purchased Infusionsoft, or your coach may have put some campaigns in there. It's okay if you don't have any. I'm going to show you how to build one out today. But if you're really ready and you say, I just need a campaign to start with, I just need a template, if you look all the way to the right, you'll see to the left of the Create a Campaign, there's a button that says Get Campaign Templates. And if you click on that, and don't do it now while you're on the call because you'll miss something, but if you click on that, you can get campaign templates for free. You just need to search. Event sign up, campaigns will come up for that. Birthday notifications, campaigns will come up for that. Clean your list, campaigns will come up for that. And they may be exactly what you want or almost what you want, but you can build on them. I think it's really important to understand how to build a campaign and how they work. So we're going to build one out today just by ourselves. We're going to get a blank canvas. So I'm going to click on Create a Campaign. By the way, those campaigns in the campaign template library are free. So I'm going to click Create Campaign. And the first thing it's going to do is ask me to name the campaign. Best rule of thumb, name it what makes sense to you. We're not going to go in and check. We're not going to judge. This is a no judgment zone. Name it what makes sense to you, and I'm going to call this offer sign up. That's it. Call it what it is. If you have lots of people using your Infusionsoft application, have them put their initials at the beginning or the end of it so you'll know who created that campaign. Simple stuff. I'm going to hit the Save button, and when I do, it's going to open up a blank Infusionsoft canvas with my toolbar on the left. On the top black toolbar, if I want to go back to my campaign library, I just go all the way to the left and click on Campaigns, and it will bring me back onto that screen. My blank canvas asks me, where do you want to start? That's what I'm looking at. What do I want to build out? Well, I went to the webinar, and I know that a campaign always begins with a goal. So I'm going to start this campaign by grabbing a goal. Here are the goals right here. Make my screen a little bit bigger. Here are the goals right here. And I let you guys know that we're going to work on a web form. So I'm going to left click the web form and drag it out onto my canvas. As soon as I do, the bottom blue box appears underneath the goal. And that's telling you, hey, rename this. Don't call it web form submitted. Name it something that makes sense to you. So I'm going to call this offer opt-in. You can name it whatever you want, and you can even double click it and change the name if you need to. Now you'll notice it's a gray in color, and the gray color of that form means it's not yet ready or it's not taken at a default, but I'm going to leave that form there and build out my goal and sequence first. I'm going to build out my foundation first. So there's my goal, and a goal is connected to, and I hope you guys are all thinking, sequence. I'm going to come up to the sequences. I'm going to left click the sequence, drag it onto my canvas, and let it go. The blue box will appear under the sequence, and that's saying, hey, name this. Don't leave it untitled sequence, because if you ever want to copy it to another campaign and it's called untitled sequence, you're not going to remember which sequence you need. So always name this, and I'm going to call this offer, welcome, and more. Name it what it is. Name it what makes sense to you, because you're the only person that's going to see it and other users inside your Infusionsoft. Now I have my goal, and I have my sequence. Now I want to connect them together. To connect them together, you go to the icon before or to the left, hover over it, an arrow will appear, grab the arrow, and put it right into the icon to the right. And that connects them. So we have a goal and we have a sequence. And inside my sequence, I'm going to offer them a product. I'm using Infusionsoft's e-commerce, so I'm going to grab the shopping cart, place it here, go to the left, grab my arrow, put it together. I'm highlighting, here's my goal, here's my sequence, here's my next goal, and if they purchase a product and become a customer, I can put another sequence here. But I'm going to stop right there so we can keep going. This is a very simple campaign. I have my foundation created. Now I'm going to go in and build out each of the pieces. I'm going to put my cursor in the middle of the goal. When I do and I double click it, because I picked a web form, the web form builder is going to open up. And when it does, it's going to open up in default mode. And that's just like, hey, here are the basics. First name, email, submit. And you're in design phase and you get to design this form. So I'm going to come to snippets. They're the little tabs on top, well, in kind of the middle top. And I'm going to grab a title and drag it out to the canvas and put it right on top of my web form. And I'm going to put, get my great offers. And actually, I'm just going to put offer. I can change the color by highlighting it and coming to format, but I'm going to leave it because you guys can play with the design phase later. I have my title. If I want to put an image, I can add my logo right here on top. But if this is going to go on my website, I don't need the logo because the logo is going to be on the website. But if you're going to use this for people to sign up on Facebook, you'll definitely want to grab an image and put your logo in here. So let me just show you what it would look like. Not that one. Not that one either. I'll do the one with the hearts. There you go. So you can put your banner in there if you want to. Let me click away from it so it gets those boxes away. And you can add your logo if you're going to use this in an email link, or if you're going to use this on a Facebook ad or a LinkedIn or an Instagram ad, you'll want your logo right there. This is going to go on my website, so I'm going to go ahead and hover over the logo and hit the trash can and get rid of that. It automatically defaults with first name and email. If you by any chance need their last name also, just be forewarned that some people don't want to give their first and last name because they don't want you finding them on Facebook before they even know you very well. And I'm just asking them to get my great offer. So I don't want their last name, but if I did, first name is already there. So I'm just going to double click where it says first name. This box will appear and I can choose last name too and hit save. And now you see that first name and last name are there. Email address is already going to appear there, and if you go to the Snippets tab, you can even add content if you want to, and add, a video if you want to. You can add whatever you want in these snippets to this form. The next step is to change the Submit button. The Submit button is already there, but you don't want it to ever say Submit because it's very generic and it has kind of a bad connotation. I've read lots of articles on it. So I'm going to double click the Submit button, and when I do, the button builder opens up. So it's super easy. You just double click and the button builder opens up. I'm going to come up to the label and I'm going to change the label to Get Offer Now. I can come change the alignment to left, right, and center. If I come to Advanced Styling, a drop-down appears and I can change the color of my button. So I'm going to change it to pretty teal, turquoise. I can round the corners, and I can even click on the size and I can change the size of it. Some people have the button going all the way across the whole web form so you can't miss it. I'm going to hit save, and now you can see my button changed. If you need other fields like phone number or address if you're going to send them a chapter of your book, or if you need if they're male or female, or their title or their job title, if you go to the field snippets, it will give you the opportunity to add other fields. If you need birthday or anniversary date, you can just come to other and grab those and you'll see what fields are available. And you can also go to our help center and look at web form fields and it will go over all the fields that you have the opportunity to put in there. So my form is done and that's what I want it to look like. It's just simple. It's just going to go on my website. I want to get their first name. I'm going to leave last name there. I want to get their email and I want them to sign up for my offer so I can start marketing to them. I just finished with the Design tab. Once you finish your form and you have it looking the way you want it to look, you're going to come over to the right-hand corner where it says draft. It looks like a little zipper, and you're going to click that one time, and it will go to ready. You don't have to be scared to set something as ready. All ready means is it's out of default mode. Hey, Infusion Soft, I changed the button and I changed some of the features. It just means that it's out of default mode. You don't have to be scared to set it ready. The next tab over to the right from design is the thank you page. And Infusionsoft gives you the opportunity to make a thank you page inside of Infusionsoft so that you don't have to pay a developer to make a page for you. Now, if you already have a page that you want them to go to on your website, a hidden page, you can just grab this little arrow and put down the web address that you want them to go to after they fill out that form. But if you don't have that and you're just starting out, you can just use our thank you page. It automatically has this great company, but that's not your logo, and that's not my logo. So I'm going to double click it, and when you do, you can add your logo. So I'm going to add the Infusionsoft hearts again. And there's my logo. It automatically says, thanks for filling out form. You can change that to whatever you want to change that to. So I can highlight over this and say, you got it. It's automatically going to bring in their first name, and then down here where it says we will contact you shortly, I'm not going to type because that's obnoxious to hear my fingers typing, but this is a great place. I call it real estate. It's a great piece of real estate for you to let people know you should be receiving an email shortly. If you don't, please check your promotions tab if you're using Gmail, or check your spam folder. They have a way of sneaking in there. Now I can say that because my business may be a little bit more whimsical. If you're a yoga studio, you may say that, sometimes they end up in the spam folder. Please check that. If you're a financial advisor or a real estate agent, please check your spam folder just in case you didn't get that email. So you may be a little bit more formal, or you can show your personality and be a little bit more whimsical. But it's a great place to let them know what to expect. And we always recommend where it says click here to continue browsing, where do you want them to land next? When they're done with this page, click here, and where do you want them to land? Do you want them to go to your Facebook page, to your blog, back to your website? And just click on the link right above the heart in the Infusionsoft hearts and put the address. So I'm just going to put infusionsoft.com. And I think that might be a comma. I can't even see it. It's so dark in here. There we go. Insert update, and now my link is created. That's the thank you page. The next tab, moving on further to the right, is the settings tab. And the settings tab is going to let you know that it's going to check for duplicates. It's also going to give you the opportunity to be notified by email if you want to know every single time somebody fills out this form. If you want to be notified via email that you've gotten a new lead, just come here and put your email address here. If you have someone else that you want to be notified, put a comma and put their email address, and a comma and the next person's email address. And what they'll get is an email with all the information that person filled out on that form, and this is what the subject will say. Notification, a web form was filled out, and I'm just going to add for our offer. That's it. If you decide that you don't want to be notified because you're getting bling, 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 bling on your phone, just get rid of your email address and you won't be notified anymore. You can still go in and check inside Infusionsoft who signed up, but you won't get an email notification anymore. The next tab is the code tab. Before I go into it, I just want to explain. You don't grab the code if you're going to do it yourself. You don't send the code to your developer. You don't grab any part of code until you publish your campaign. You have to publish your campaign before you grab the code. So this is somewhere we'll come later, but I'm going to show it to you now because we're here. There's different areas of code. If you have a developer or someone that's going to be helping you and working with you, just click on the Have Your Webmaster Do It, put their email address in where it says email address, and the message, hey, can you get this on the website immediately? Or, on the Contact Us page, thank you. And the webmaster or helper will get everything they need. They don't need to be registered inside Infusionsoft to get the code. It will send everything they need. If you're going to do it yourself, you're just going to click the Do It Yourself button, and you'll get the code. You have 3 different kinds of code. You can either use a JavaScript snippet that will give you a little piece of code. The benefit of this one is if you put this on your website, so if you grab this code and put it in a JavaScript snippet on your website, if you change something in the form, like say you spelled something wrong, and you republish it inside Infusionsoft, you don't have to go back to your website and republish the code. It will automatically mirror the changes. Sometimes JavaScript doesn't work with a specific theme you're using inside WordPress, so make sure you check it first. It cuts off the button, and that ain't good. This HTML code, if you copy it all and paste it in an HTML code box on your website, it will look exactly like the form that you're creating inside Infusionsoft. If you use the unstyled code, it will look and feel exactly like your website. If your website is red, white, and blue, it will create your form red, white, and blue. Whatever theme you're using, it will pick up that color theme and create the form to look like that. And that's it. It's pretty simple. If you don't have a website yet, so Judy, I'm just starting out. I have a yoga studio, but I don't have a website yet. I'm putting all my money into the studio and advertising, other ways, maybe on Facebook, and I don't have a website yet. Awesome. You can use our hosted version. And this is what you would use for Facebook ads or Instagram ads or postcards that you're going to be sending with the URL on it. The only difference between this web form URL and the pretty URL is the pretty one. You can edit the ending, and I can call this Get Offers Now. So you can just change the back end of it. That's it. So that's our code. I'm not going to talk about share this with your network because that's changing and it doesn't really work. It only works with your personal page, and some people may not want a form on their personal page. People don't know me by me and my personal page. They know me by my business. So we are done creating our form. So I'm going to come up to the black bar, come all the way to the left, and go back to my campaign. Now you'll see that the form changed color, and it's now kind of a light green with gray stripes through it, and that just means it's in ready mode. Awesome. Now we're ready to go to the next step. The next step is our sequence, and that's where our magic happens. When you double click in the middle of the sequence builder automatically opens up. The sequence always starts with a start button, and you don't have to do anything to that start button because it's already green. Start is asking you, hey, what do you want to happen next? Yes, somebody filled out a form. Now what? Hey, somebody filled out a landing page. Now what? Hey, somebody purchased a product. Now what? It's asking you a goal was reached. Now what? And if you came to any of the webinars this week, you'll know that we like to organize our lists and our groups by tags. So we would recommend the first thing you do is tag them so that you know what list they belong on. These people are signing up for my offer. So what tag do I want to put on them? Offer sign up, offer opt-in, signed up for offer. So I'm going to come down to process in my toolbar to the left. I'm going to grab the first one that's a tag and drop it right here, and the arrow automatically appears here for you so you don't have to grab one. The start button is light green, meaning it's ready. The tag is gray, meaning it's not ready. When something's not ready inside Infusionsoft Campaign Builder, double-click it, and it will open up to build it. This happens to be our tag builder. It asks you, do you want to apply a tag to this record, or do you want to remove a tag? Well, I want to apply a tag, and it defaults to apply. And what tag do I want to apply? I'm going to put my cursor in the box, and I'm going to start typing offer. Now you can see that I already have some in here. So I'm going to click on Sign Up Offer, and I'm going to hit Save. If you want to create a brand new tag, so I can X that out, and I can put end, just to show you how it works, end of April, sign up. Do you believe it's already the end of April? It's ridiculous. I create the tag, I can put it in a category if I want. For time's sake, I'm just going to hit save, and it turns green. Now what do I want to happen? Infusion Soft is going to secretly tag this person so I can find out how many people signed up and what tag they have and what they're interested in. Now I promised them an email, so I need to create an email. So I'm going to come to the communication section and grab email and drop it. The arrow will automatically appear. There's that blue box again. That little blue box underneath an icon says rename it. So I'm going to call this Offer 1 and Welcome. They signed up, got to send them Offer 1. So I'm going to double click the email. The email builder opens up just like that. Let me pause for a second, get a drink of water. When you click on the email builder opens up. You have access to different templates, and you can create one right on the fly here. But if you've already been playing around with Infusion Soft and already created a template, you would just come to My Templates, and it's really cool because you can just copy whichever one's in here and drop it right into the campaign builder. And I have one down here. Use template. There's my template right there. Once you get it done, you need to come up to the draft button and hit ready. So you'll come and edit it. Hey, thanks for signing up for my offers. So it says awesome newsletter. I'm going to put awesome offer. Change whatever you need to change. Hit ready. And all the way to the left, go back to the sequence. So there's email number 1. Now what do I want to do? Well, I think I want this to be a 3. I'm going to give them 3 different offers. So this offer, the first one is going to be 20% off. And then I'm going to wait a couple days and give them another offer, maybe a better offer. So I'm going to grab a timer, the delay timer, double click it because it's gray. And I think 3 days is I think I'll wait 3 days. That sounds awesome. Hit save. And now I'm going to send another email automatically. I'm going to send a follow-up. I can either come to communications and grab one from here and drag it over, or because I already have the email here with the template I wanted and pretty much everything I want to say, I just want to edit it a little bit, I can right-click this email that I've already created, make a duplicate, move it over, and then I do have to make the arrow. I'm going to double-click and I'm going to call this Offer 2, 30%. So the first one I may not have any offer, but after 3 days, if they still haven't taken that hook, I may give them a 30% deal. Double-click the email, edit what you need to edit. Hey, a couple days ago you signed up for my offer. Doesn't look like it was good enough for you yet. I'd like to give you a great deal, etc., etc. Set it ready. Go back to sequence all the way to the left. Now you'll see that email is green. Now, they're going to get one email. 3 days later, they're going to get another email. I think I'll wait 2 more days and I'll send them another email. So I'm going to grab my timer, double click. I'm going to wait 2 days this time, and I'm going to send the best offer yet. I can keep on moving to the right if I want, or I can bring it down like this, and you'll see that little arrow appears. You can either grab an email from your toolbar or copy the email that you already have. If you copy the email that you already have, you do need to make the arrow. I'm going to call this Offer 3, 40% off. Double click it, and of course I need to go in and change the content, give them a great reason why they should buy my product, and that this is going to be the last offer and it's the best offer I've ever given. Be honest and genuine. Don't just say that and then send them another offer. And then I'm going to go back to my sequence, and now you can see that is ready. I'm also going to put another timer here as a placeholder and put it in for 3 weeks. Now anyone that lands here in my 40% offer, they'll be sitting in this 3-week holding tank just in case I want to put another email in there and tell them that I have something new. Just in case, I may want to follow up one more time. When your sequence is done, You can always go back and change things, but when everything is green and everything is done, and I might put another email here and not set it ready so you can see what happens if you don't set something ready, I'm going to come up to the top right-hand corner and set my sequence as ready. So always remember that you have to set things as ready so Infusionsoft knows that it's ready to publish and out of default mode. Come back to my campaign, and now you'll see light green, ready, light green, ready. And if you're using Infusionsoft's e-commerce to set up your shopping cart, of course you need to set up your e-commerce section first. But to set up my shopping cart, I double-click it, and I only have one product, so it's any purchase, and hit save, and now my sequence is ready to publish. The reason that I need my shopping cart done now is because as soon as they opt in, they're going to get an offer. And if they click on that offer, I'm going to need the shopping cart set up or a task created, so I give them a call. Something needs to be there because I'm going to, have an email that goes out immediately. But if they're not going to get an offer until 3 weeks, I can get this started and not even have this ready yet. But for, being able to test it out and show you guys, I want to have my shopping cart there. Now that my campaign is all light green, I'm going to go ahead and publish it. When I click on Publish, Infusionsoft will go through the campaign, kind of like with a comb, a fine-tooth comb, and check it. And it says, uh-oh, one element is marked as unready. Oh, we know that. It's that email that we have in the holding tank that we just didn't set up yet. That's okay. The most important part of this checklist is campaign, passes, functional, inspection. That means that everything that we have set up is going to work. It's awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the blue Publish button and tell Infusionsoft that I'm ready. Now it doesn't have to be scary because it's not magically going to go anywhere. You have code, but your code isn't placed anywhere yet. You have emails, but they're not hooked up to anybody yet. So it doesn't have to be scary to publish it. When you publish it, it will bring you into a different canvas, and this is called reporting mode. To find out more about reporting mode, you can go to help.infusionsoft.com, put in campaign reporting, and all the articles will come up and explain that in detail. Also, the PDF that I'm sending you from Jill also has reporting in it, so it'll be really awesome. I'm going to come up to the black bar, and right next to reporting, right to the left is edit. And I'm going to click on edit mode so we can test this sucker out, and you'll see that it's now emerald green. And emerald green means it's published. You can always go change things. You can always go unpublish things and set them as not ready. You can always go change things and republish. But right now our campaign's published, so we want to test it out. You can test it out a couple different ways. I'm going to double click the form. And when I do, I can either come to this test button in the right-hand corner and use one of my names here, or, and what I would recommend, come to the code, click on the hosted version, and click on the hosted version. It will open it up, and that's exactly what it's going to look like if you do a Facebook ad, or if you send it in an email link, or if you send it a URL on a postcard. That's the way it's going to look, hosted by Infusionsoft. So I'm going to put in my name. I'm going to put in Linda, even though my name's Judy, because I want to show you how it works. There's my email address, and I'm going to hit Get Offer Now. Now you can see the thank you page. You got it, Linda. I just typed in Linda, brought in Linda. If I clicked on Click here to continue browsing, because I put Infusionsoft as a link, it will take me to Infusionsoft. Now let's go into Infusionsoft in the contact record and see what happened to Linda in there. She should have been added as a contact, given a tag, and sent an email all at once. Let's check. I'm going to open up another Infusionsoft. I'm going to open up another window. I'm going to come up to the right-hand corner where it says Find a Contact, and I'm going to type in Linda. And there she is. So we know number one, she was added as a contact. Awesome. I'm going to click on her name. Click on her name one more time. And we should see a tag that says April offer sign up. Actually, it's end of April. I was already in here under Judy Miller. It checked for duplicates using the email address, so it added me to a contact record that was already in here, which was Judy Miller, but it changed my name to Linda. Here's end of April sign up, and it was added on 4/20. That was today, so we know that part worked. If we scroll down to the bottom, you'll see an email was sent on 4/20. Welcome and here you go. It was unopened and it was sent to Hey Jude Miller. If we come to about the middle of the general contact information and click on the campaign button, this will let you know what's been going on with Linda. Recent campaign history. At 10:33, she filled out an opt-in form. At 10:34, she got an email. And at 10:34, she got a tag applied to her contact record. So we know that it worked. If you want to see how many people filled out that form, you can always come to your contacts, do a new search and go, I want to find how many people have the tag end of April sign up. And if I click search, there should only be one person, that's Judy Miller or Linda Miller, and it is. So you can always do a search and see how many people signed up. Now I know what you're thinking, so I'm going to go show you what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh dear, somebody fills out this form and they get dropped into this sequence and they're going to get an offer, and then 3 days later they're going to get another offer for 30% off, and then 2 days later they're going to get 40% off. Oh no, what if they buy in the first email? What's going to happen then? I don't want them to see the 30% off. They'll be mad as a rattlesnake. Well, Infusion Soft has a solution for that. If you look at this sequence right here, there's a little flag in the left-hand corner, and it automatically defaults to that little flag in the left-hand corner. And if you click on that little flag, a box will appear. And the box says, hey Infusionsoft, when somebody hits the next goal to the right, please stop whatever's to the left. Do not send them email 2, 3, 4, and 5 because I don't want them to be mad. I don't want them to see the better offers. If they clicked on the link and reached the next goal, be it a tag or buying with my shopping cart, please stop this immediately and move them further on down the funnel. I'm sure you've heard that said before. You're probably wondering, why would I ever use this green one, run until completed? I call that one the fossil. Here's an example. I'm a lawyer. I wish I was a lawyer. I'm a personal injury lawyer. And I have a form on my website that says sign up for this 5-part series. And if they sign up, they get a 5-part series every day for 5 days. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5. And then the next goal is click here to have one of our representatives call you. If somebody clicks on that link to have a representative call them, I still want them to get the 5-part series. I promised it to them. They're going to get it. So that's why we do run until completed. But for the most part, it defaults to stop immediately. If they reach this next goal, oh my goodness, please stop this immediately. So the flow is they fill out the form. In the sequence, they get a tag. It's a secret. They don't know, but we know. They get email number 1 if they click on the link and have a successful purchase, or they click on the link to make an appointment. They're taken out and they'll never receive the rest of this. If they don't click on the link, don't have a successful purchase, don't set up an appointment, then 3 days later, they'll get offer number 2. If they click on the link in offer number 2, they won't get the rest of this. It will stop them. Pretty cool. After they purchase, just say that you have 2 products. They might purchase this product and click on that Buy Now button, or they might purchase this product and click on this Buy Now button. This is product A. This is product B. Create my arrows. I have to put any purchase. There we go. Now you'll notice that a decision diamond opened. And that decision diamond is asking, If we double click the decision time, I'm sorry, I didn't want to go that deep into it. It's asking for the rule. And the rule would be if this person purchased product B, send them in this sequence. This other rule would be if they purchase product A, and you'll actually click on that rule and you'll set it up. If the contact has the tag, and then you'll give them a tag that they purchased that product. The way I really wanted to set it up was they have a product here and they have a product here. This is the easier way to do it. If they purchase product B, they go into product B sequence. If they purchase product A, they go into product A sequence. The reason I wanted to do it that way was because I wanted to show you the pattern. Goal, sequence, goal, sequence, or they fill this out, get the sequence, purchase this one, and get this sequence. So you can see that you can start making a more complex campaign just adding goal, sequence, goal, sequence. The other thing you might be wondering is, I just had an event last week and I put 5 people into my Infusion Soft application already. They told me they were really interested in my offers when I got them ready. Well, now they're ready. Is there any way I can just put those people in this campaign and not have to make them go to my website or fill out this form? Because I already collected their name and email address. Can I do that? You can. Let me show you how. I'm going to go and view my contacts, and I'm going to pick the 5 people that I already added to Infusionsoft by checking their name. If you want to add everybody, you just check the box up here that says ID, and you can check everybody's name. But I'm just going to find my 5 people that came to my event, said, yeah, I really want your offers. So there's the 5 people. When you choose them, come to the Actions button right on top. The second one down says Apply or Remove Tag. Click on it one time. It says, hey, it looks like you picked 5 people. What do you want to do with them? I'm sorry, that's not what I want to do. Sorry about that. My brain is going a different direction. Pick my people. Sorry about that. Come to the Actions button, and all the way down to the bottom in the Actions button, it says Start or Stop a Campaign Sequence. If I click Start or Stop a Campaign Sequence, it will say, hey, you picked 4 people. I thought I picked 5. What campaign do you want to assign them to? Well, I want to start them in my Offer Sign Up campaign in the Offer Welcome and More. And as soon as I tell Infusionsoft what campaign I want to put them in and what sequence I want to add them to, I hit Process Action, and Infusionsoft will scoop up those 4 people and drop them right into that campaign. Cool? Cool. I was showing you how to add a tag to a group of people, so sorry. So I want to go over this campaign with you. It's going to freak you out, but it's going to make sense because now you know that a goal is attached to a sequence. All this campaign is a whole bunch of simple campaigns put together. Let me show you. This campaign is simply a goal that pushes to a sequence, and once they reach the next goal, so it just circled, it's going to push them to another sequence and stop everything that's on the left. And when they reach the next goal, everything from the left will stop again, and they'll move forward to the right, and another goal. So it's just goals that push to sequences, and when the behavior is achieved, it pushes them to the next sequence and stops everything on the left. It's really important to remember this one thing, and I'm sure you've heard it before, but your one simple is better than your none complex. So your one done is better than your none never done. Everybody tries to build what's on the right before they test out what's on the left, and they never quite get there. They're like, I'm done. Too hard. Can't do this. But if you create a very simple campaign, and very simple campaigns can be very, very lucrative. We've seen people make $10,000 with a simple campaign. Let me get a drink real quick. Anyway, what I was saying was a very simple campaign can be very successful. And you really need to work on what's on the left first, because all that's on the right, if you really put it under a microscope and break it down, is a goal that pushes to a sequence, that pushes to a goal, that pushes them further on down the funnel. But you got to work on what's on the left first and feel really confident with that before you get to what's on the right, because you will get there if you practice. So my challenge to you is take some time inside Infusionsoft and build out that simple campaign. Automate with the builder, make that automated follow-up. Publish it and put yourself in it. Test it and see the magic happen. You can even go in and make the timers 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. And then you'll get an email every 5 minutes. Put it in with one email address. Then put yourself in with another email address and click on one of the links and see what happens. And then start all over again and start adding contacts to your campaign or getting that form on your website. I want to show you what a form looks like on a website because I always show that and I think it's really important before I get to questions. This is one of our customers, Chris Beat Cancer. He was one of the guys I coached. And if you notice, there's his form right there. First name, email, and subscribe. Then he has a pop-up too, and that pop-up is not included with Infusionsoft, but you can see the form right here. First name, email, which best describes you with the radio button, and then subscribe. And that's what it looks like in real life. So let's go to questions. And I took that picture in Rocky Point. Isn't it cool? It was just so peaceful right there. Any questions? So someone asked, why would you want to remove a tag in a campaign? Let me show you. That's a great question. Get into the campaign builder. Offer sign up. I'm going to give you the scenario. A person opts in. They get a tag, end of April sign up, and I'm going to give them another tag called prospect. So they're going to get two tags, one that they signed up for my offer and they're a prospect. When they purchase product A, I want to double click and remove the tag prospect because they're not a prospect anymore. They just became a customer. And I want to add the tag. I want to remove the tag coaching prospect. Sorry about that. And then I want to automatically add a tag customer. So they opted in. They got a prospect tag. They purchased. Now I'm going to take off that prospect tag and add the customer tag so I can decipher who my people are in my contact list that are customers and who are prospects. He's not a prospect anymore because we removed that tag and added the customer tag. Daniel said, does a tag come before or after a sequence? The tag actually is in the sequence. So if you notice, this is my sequence. And the tag is inside the sequence. I add the tag to the contact record inside the sequence. And Tara asked a long one, so let me read it first. I contacted Infusionsoft about this course that is supposedly offered on Wednesdays, kind of a step before this course. Not only did one email about it, what the next course would be. So the class is called Email Broadcast, how to send a broadcast. What else can I do on my end to get access to this webinar? So Tara, I do the email broadcast webinar, and when I send this recording, you will actually be redirected to a YouTube channel, and that YouTube channel has yesterday's webinar in it, but I will also send you that recording. So on Tuesdays, we do manage contacts. On Wednesdays, we do email builder, and then on Thursday, we do the campaign builder every week. And I actually have a YouTube channel called Basic Training Webinars. And there's send emails from yesterday. So you'll have access to all of these webinars. And there's some good ones in here. how to create an Infusionsoft web form. I go a little bit deeper into it. Decision diamonds, like that decision diamond that appeared, I go a little bit deeper. A blueprint for your business. How to collect leads using a hosted web form. So there's lots of stuff in here that you can come peruse and you'll have access to this when you get my recording today. Sorry, does a tag come before or after a goal? So that's an interesting question to ask. A tag is in a sequence. However, you can start a campaign with a tag. If you have the goal of a tag is applied, and then they get pushed into this sequence, the tag is before the sequence. You can also add or apply a tag in the sequence. A tag can be used to start automation or start somebody in a campaign, or a tag can be used inside of a sequence to organize your lists. So it's both. So Natasha asked for yesterday's recording too. I'll send that to everybody, but just to let you know, as soon as you get access to my webinar today, you'll automatically be having access to this channel, and it's right there. Okay, and that's all I see. Tara said, unfortunately, our help center doesn't have access to the YouTube channel, and it doesn't. This is the only place I have to put my webinars. I don't have anywhere else to host them, so I have a YouTube channel so that you guys can have access to them quicker, faster, immediately, and forever. So I do that for you guys so that you can watch those. Also, if you have not been added to the Small Business Success Academy, if you have not been added to that, and you'd know because you'd get a username and password email, if you've not been added to that and you want to, just put in the question box, yes, I want to be added, and I will go in and find your app name and add you to it, and you'll get an email. And that has recordings in it too, and goes over the basics of Infusionsoft and even how to build some campaigns. So I would need your name and also your app name. And to find out your app name, you simply log into Infusionsoft, and if you notice, my app name's right here, HV202. So when I log into my Infusionsoft app, my app name will show up in the browser window, and that's how you can send me your app name. You can either send it to basictraining@infusionsoft.com and go, Judy, please sign me up for the Small Business Success Academy. It's all Infusionsoft, it's all free, and it's all awesome. So you'll really like it. I will sign you guys up for the Small Business Success Academy. You just need to send me your app name so that I have to put it on a form and put your app name in it. And that's the only way I can do it. Awesome. See that? Sheila just sent me QH364. You are awesome. Tara, I don't know if you can have a sandbox to get in the academy because I don't know if the sandbox has a username, a app name, but I can check for you. So I have your name, and I will check with Heath and see if I can do that. And Natasha just found her app name, so that's awesome, guys. Now when you call tech support, so if you do have an app name, Tara, definitely send me the app name, and I will definitely get you into the Small Business Success Academy. It's awesome. So Maureen, it looks like you've been using Infusionsoft for a long time. So I will work on that this afternoon by getting you into the Small Business Success Academy. You will love it, and I think that it will really help you get started with Infusionsoft. There's some basic training, but there's also some strategy training, like I want to re-engage customers that I already have or re-engage prospects that haven't become customers, and there's some strategies in there, so you'll really like it. So thank you for sending me your app names. I will make sure I get all 40 of you, oh my goodness, in the Small Business Success Academy. Heath, that runs the Success Academy, will be overjoyed, and you'll even notice some videos that I did in there, so you'll have a familiar voice. And there's not a webinar tomorrow, but we do the same webinars every week. It's Manage Contacts, the Email Builder, and I give you strategies about sending off emails and building out emails, and then the Campaign Builder. So thank you very much. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you guys will get into the app and create some campaigns. If you have any questions, you can find me at basictraining@infusionsoft.com. Tara said I was crisp and clear, so that's good because I feel like I wasn't today, but good. And Thank you for being a customer. We really, really appreciate you guys being customers. And Karen, are you from Tucson, Arizona? I think I went to high school with someone named the same name as you. Okay, that's not you then. You probably don't have a brother named Randy. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I hope to see you guys on another day, and I promise to get you guys all enrolled into the Small Business Success Academy. You'll get an email with a username and a password. So be on the lookout for that, and if you don't get it, check your spam folder, and it will be in the next hour, so I'll work on that right when I get done. So thank you so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate it, and thanks for being an Infusion Soft customer. Bye-bye.